Beautiful Pisces, and welcome to your healing of the month. So this is the one video once a month that I take out cards to see if there's a specific spot that Spirit wants to talk to you about. So these could speak to you individually. I'm not going to make you pick which pile. I figure if there is a message in any of them that applies to you, please take it if it resonates and let it capture and settle into your heart to give you some type of healing. So I'm going to pull the cards. I'm going to try and put them face down, and then we're going to look through each pile, okay? So this one wanted to come out. I'm not going to offer any resistance when the cards come out. I'm going to put them down. So we're going to do 3. And this one. Okay. So that takes care of those. And then I'm going to take from the Wisdom of the Oracle, I believe. Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. So we're going to take the first one. Actually, we're going to put that one there. This one, we're going to go that way, and then we're going to go down the other way. So the third deck I'm going to use is I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards from this deck for each. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then we're going to look at them. At the end, I'm going to pull a postcard from Spirit for each pile. And yeah, we're going to look at that together. All right. 1. 1. 'Well, they're doing pretty good with these cards. Okay, 2 more. Oh, 1 more. Okay, that went quickly. Okay. Alright, beautiful Pisces. So again, thank you and welcome to my beautiful channel. Thank you to all the beautiful people who are already part of it. And if you're new, well, welcome. This is a great space for you. And there's a lot of spiritual hits. In other words, a lot of spiritual guidance that comes through these, just to elevate you, sometimes just to give you food for thought and help you on your journey. So we're going to look at the first pile here. The first card that came out was Surrender Negative Thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing it and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. This totally comes in tune with all of the readings that came before this in the last week. So if you haven't seen any of those, we were talking about the physical brain and the spiritual brain. The physical brain puts a lot of limitations and blocks in our ways. It offers a lot of resistance and makes it look like a hero thing to do. A lot what Hester Hicks and Abraham talks about, going upstream, thinking that it's the only way to do things. And this comes in a lot for this. Okay, so we have rejection. Right. So the card of the chakra card that came in is rejection. Some of this is based in a fear. The negative thinking is that somehow if you are thinking in abundance terms and you're not always a long-suffering person, you could get rejection, right? Oh, you don't care of what's going on in the world. Or it could be as easily as afraid of putting something positive that you feel is from your soul, and you put it out there, and then it feels like everything's coming back at you in a very negative way, you know, like you're going to get rejected for what you're trying to offer, what you're trying to contribute. And it makes you feel just bad overall. The three cards that came in, you have the Two of Pentacles, you have the High Priestess, and the Empress. Wonderful. I like these cards. They're the word highfalutin. In other words, there's a lot of potential in these cards right here. We have the power to adapt to things. So if it's just a fear of not being able, or putting out our best foot forward in things, these, you can see he's painting here. So he's afraid of past painters. You know, sometimes you're standing on the shoulders of greats thinking to yourself, oh, you know, I won't measure up. But you have to remember that a lot of these past painters who have passed away only became very popular after they died. So it's not as if they were ever put into the fold. That didn't stop them. They still did what they wanted to do. So you have to learn that even if you do get rejected, if something comes back and you feel like it's a negative thought that kind of depresses you or takes the wind out of your sail, you have the ability to rise above and to really juggle things out. The High Priestess is saying you can always tap into your intuition. You can always go behind the curtain here and look at things and see where the storm is raging and take shelter from it inside of your intuition. And you're also showing the Empress with a multitude of flowers underneath her skirt, showing the different ways in which you can express your creativity. It doesn't have to be one specific way. You can keep trying until something really hits. The only time that you truly fail is when you stop giving up and when you really just surrender to the negativity of it. If you can just simply believe in yourself, you can actually make things happen in your life. And it starts very small. It doesn't need to be anything great. The only thing you need is the power to adapt and the power to be able to juggle things and go, okay, I can do this in a different way. Okay? The only time that you really fail is when you stop trying. So never stop trying. Okay. So the next up, the second row here. Or should I do a postcard? Let's do a postcard. Let's do a postcard. So we'll break it up a little bit here. Let me see. Okay. Let's take one right from here. That one or that one? That one. Okay. Dear you, you're in such good shape right now that we're all doing a happy dance. In this moment, you have the power to make a choice to get with Spirit and co-create a miracle. You may wonder where this is all going, but if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All power is in the present moment. Ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts now? Is it negative thinking? What beliefs are you motivated by? Do you have clarity right now? How is your conscious contact with the divine? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by your small self? Get rid of negative energy. Get rid of negative energy now. Resentments, be gone. Forgiveness and love, enter. Please. You can do your life beautifully and create your most powerful future right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know you have a huge cheering section over here? Love and hugs always. So put this in the camera. If you'd like to read it for yourself, or just stop and read it, let it in. So this is for some of you where I hear saying, oh, it's so hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. The negativity. In the comments, I really want you to pay attention when you're leaving comments anywhere in your life to people. I want you to reread what you're sending out to the world. If it is peppered in negativity, I want you to rephrase that. I want you to think it over. I want you to see if there's a better way of doing it. Okay? So that is the first line of cards. The second line of cards is surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. I get something that's coming in. Right. Quest. You have the two different feels. Somebody asking for advice. I'm going to pull the other cards as well, and then we're going to look at it. All right. So we have the Lovers. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This is harmony. Eight of Pentacles working towards the Page of Pentacles. Learning. Okay, so there's a lot of learning here. What I hear the most when I look at these cards is the ability to stay open and let others have their time to speak, to observe how they're bringing the information to you. As Pisces, I've noticed, because a lot of us have empathy, or we have empathic abilities. We tend to feel people's energy and want to jump in as they're talking. It's not that we mean anything bad about it. It's just that we're so excited that we want to help at any cost. And in this case, I feel it's saying, in order to bring in harmony, be receiving. Okay, be receiving. And pay attention to all the beautiful details that they're trying to tell you. Because there's much they're trying to communicate that you can learn and pick up from them if you simply stop and listen, or ask as well for if you have questions, ask, and to get a lot of I say education, but it's escaping me, to pick up a lot, to learn a lot, to be the student. Let me see here if I can find the word. To pick up new knowledge, to be an apprentice, to always be the student. Remember, we're here to learn. We're here to really observe and learn. Just as we think we've got it all, there's more to learn, and it will always be that way. It will never ever stop. So your quest here is to always listen, because what looks apparently really good could be really bad. You just have to look again. Make sure that you've really listened, that you've really picked up, that you've taken the time to get every nuance of what somebody is trying to tell you. So the essence of this is to surrender, to not always jumping the gun. This is not just always being right, but thinking you know what people are trying to tell you, right? Because that's a form of you being right. Oh, right. I understand what you're trying to say. Do you really? Because there may be little things, little things that end up being very big things that you need to listen to. So I'm going to pick another postcard from Spirit here. We're going to look at that as well. I love doing these healings. They're so beautiful. These healing readings, they're wonderful. Alright, I want this one. Dearest you, we have a secret for you. The more you think you know, the less you actually do. Oh my God, these are so like, you know, they blow me away when I pick like random cards and they're exactly in line with what we've been talking to. I'm always in awe of the power. And I could have used so many decks, and they're always, I don't know, they're always synchronistic. There's always a synchronicity. Okay, so if you're willing to keep an open mind, you will avoid the narrow confines of the know-it-all and open up to the unlimited potential that can be discovered only by the curious optimist. Right, so be a curious optimist. There's perfect. Of course, it's said perfectly here. Curiosity allows you to discover new things, see the world from a different perspective, and find answers to questions you may not even know you have. Right now, whatever's going on, it's important to know that you're not aware of all the aspects of it. You need to see to make an informed choice, right? So go on a quest of curiosity, Pisces, okay? You might be projecting a story that isn't totally true, so moving forward, your mantra could be, I don't know. And that's interesting. As you keep your mind and heart open to new experiences and a richer existence overall, all of us over here want you to be all you can be. We are cheering for you. Can you hear us? Stay open to all the information, okay? This will bring about, I know it's less of a healing, but it's almost like great tips for you to be moving forward in a very positive way. And it may bring in healing when you're listening to people rather than jumping in before anything is said. Okay, so we're going to look at the last row. So far, beautiful. Okay, let's turn these cards around and see what they have to offer. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dream. All right, so you have that. And the card here is abundance. There you go. And I love this story. We're going to get into it in a minute. I've talked about it before. And here we go. We have Temperance in reverse. We have the Fool, brand new, the Emperor, stability, and Temperance. Okay, so let's see here. There's a fine line of balance that needs to be established when you're doing this. Because as we were looking at last week, it's sometimes we think that working so hard towards something is the right way of doing it. It's going to bring us abundance, but it actually brings us more hard work. So the Temperance card being in reverse is like you may feel like you're in perfect balance when it comes to working hard and thinking you're producing stability. But there is a new way of bringing in stability. There's a new way of bringing that abundance to you. Releasing your belief in scarcity of saying, I need more, I want more. You are putting scarcity in the sentence, saying that you already don't have enough. Instead of saying, I have enough and I have possibilities and solutions, is how you bring abundance in. In this case, both of these people lost money down in a hole. And I've told this story before, but this is for all you new people and for those who need reminding. The little girl went on to invent something, I don't know, a string with bubble gum to get the coin out of that. And with that coin, she multiplied them and then eventually had a lot of abundance because she never gave up and surrendered to the fact that, yes, the coin had fallen in, but there was a way to do things. There was, with a little bit of thought and ingenuity, she made it happen and it wasn't that difficult. The other person stayed there and thought, oh, woe is me, I lost the coin, I will never get it, my hand doesn't fit there, and just gave up and ended up with nothing in the end. Okay, so it's a difference, it's just a shift of perspective. So instead of thinking you're always trying to go up the mountain all the time, it's time to think, I'm going up a mountain, I have legs to do it. There may be an easier way. Maybe I'll get a mule or a horse or, I don't know, somebody who can pull me along. Anything, okay? A car, anything. A companion, okay? That will help me up the hill. That we can, you know, he can pull me sometime, then I can pull him. Anything to distract you. Any kind of opportunities and possibilities possible. Doesn't mean you're going to do one or the other, but if you keep putting it out there, you're eventually going to come up with something. A lot of the time I'm going to share this with you. Sometimes I see a problem and I throw in a possible solution. Sometimes it's not a great solution, but it's a possible solution. I'll tell my husband, oh, maybe we can do this. And then he goes, that's a good solution. But if you take your solution and add this, it'll be even better. And in that way, then you're working with somebody else and the same outcome is there, but at a lot less cost, a lot less resistance. Okay? So I could, let's say with this, with the money, I could say, oh, you know, they have those sticks with those things, but maybe he can come up with just, like I'll say the gum, you know, I'll say, oh, we'll take the gum, but then the gum's got to stick to the coin, and there's no proof that that'll actually happen. My husband say, well, wait a minute, they invent those sticks with the little clippers at the end, so we'll just go down and pick up, oh, that's a great idea. But I gave him the idea of using something to go get the coin. My idea may not have been the greatest one, but it was a solution. It was a step in the right direction, okay? All right, so let's pick another beautiful card from this. Okay, I want this one right here. Dearest you, miracles never run out. Look back over your life and you will see so many moments of synchronicity when all the right people in the right place and the right opportunities. Right there. In the right time just showed up without any of your help. Think back to how you felt just before a miracle happened. Right? You felt you were giving up, but it was more like gentle surrender to whatever was about to happen. We want you to know that miracles are being concocted for you and you will never, ever run out of them. You just don't get to choose how they come, who will deliver them, when they will show up, and what they will do for you. All of that is our department. Spirit knows what is best for you and what wants to be expressed through you. You are incredible and amazing and a magnet for miracles. That would be a good mantra for you today. We're on it. Relax. If you only knew how much you were loved, sigh. So again, this is one of the nicest ones as well. So there you go, my beautiful Pisces. There's your beautiful healing messages and advice from Spirit this month. And I hope that you can use some or all of them and put them in your little pocket of reminders of how to do things to better increase your productivity and the opportunities that are always presenting themselves to you. I'm sending you a lot of love, light, and blessings. And I will see you for your weekly. Take care.